With Michigan being a critical swing state, we turn to longtime Fox 2 news anchor Roop Raj to hear where Michigan voters stand today on key issues.
Michigan's a swing state. Michigan also has personal associations, from border and immigration to Israel and Gaza and to guns. When people contact us, they tell us the most important thing right now to them is their pocketbooks. Now it sounds almost cliche about the price of eggs or the price of meat or the price of milk. That all is there, the inflation that we had all felt. But now that inflation has fallen, people necessarily aren't feeling that as much as they are looking to the future to wonder which candidate out of these two, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, will be best to make sure that we keep inflation under control. When it comes to the wars that are happening abroad, there is a very, very sentimental, a very personal feeling about how these should be handled, these conflicts. The largest Middle Eastern population outside of the Middle East is right here in Metro Detroit. At the same time, you have this tremendously vibrant Jewish population here in Metro Detroit as well. In such a great way, Jews and Arab Americans have been able to get along almost by setting an example for the rest of the world here in Metro Detroit. When it comes to gun control, another issue that hits right here in Michigan, because right here in Metro Detroit is where we saw the Oxford High School shooting happen. The one thing I've heard from many gun rights advocates is, yes, okay, fine, you're not going to take our guns away, but how many laws are you going to put around them so that it's just harder for us to just have the freedom to have this amendment right? With border and immigration, it's an interesting subject here in Metro Detroit because you have so many people that have noted that while we're not a southern state, we don't necessarily see an influx and see the migration, or a western state, see all those people come in. They're watching it as though it's happening right in their own backyard. People realize it's something that needs to be addressed. If I had to make a prediction, which I'm not in the game of doing, but if I had to make a prediction about are we going to go blue or red in the state of Michigan, I would tell you there are days where I look at the polling numbers, I talk to pollsters on the phone, I talk to people, I talk to politicians, Congress people, lobbyists, and I feel like, wow, we're looking at a Trump presidency here. And then the next day, I'll look at not just the numbers, but talk to people, get the pulse, and I'll go, wow, this is interesting. He's losing steam with these voters, but she's gaining steam with these voters. So it changes back. It's really going to be a hard one to predict until the very end.